A lot of work today. Got this all straightened out, body filled, feathered, finished out with 320, ready to spray some primer on. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. Today, we're gonna finish prepping this door to blend some color, clear coat the entire door. We do still have the rocker and the bottom of the cab corner on the other side of the truck to mask off and paint. They're basically prepped, but I wanted to bring you guys in and kind of show you what I'm going to do to prep this door to be able to blend my color, not tell where it starts and stops, and to be able to clear it and have deep enough scratches that you're sure that the clear coat's going to stick long term. You know, just make a good repair on something that really has nice paint on it already. There's nothing wrong with the paint on the truck. It just had a big dent under here. Alright guys, so here we are. Been using 1000 grit. I already DA'd the whole door with 800, and now I just want to go through and make sure it's 100% flat everywhere. The 800 just helps speed the job up, but the hand sanding, there's just not a better finish I don't think that you can get than by going back in here, sanding by hand. I have a sanding block that has a soft part and a hard side, so it will conform with this finer sandpaper. I usually, unless I'm sanding a dirt nib or something out, I'll use that soft side of the pad and just let that thing kind of float in there, always at an angle, never in a straight line in these areas like this. Alright, I did get everything wet sanded with 1000 grit. Whole door looks good, feels good, nice and flat, no dirt nibs left or anything in it. You know, I have never touched any piece of this truck with a buffer yet, so there was still some little nibs and stuff from the refinish process, but I'm sure there'll be more because I'm going to paint it right here in my shop. I'm going to power wash this thing out, get stuff cleaned up, and then we'll mask off the truck. All right, guys, so you can see I've gone around edges and I've scuffed. See a little bit of dust on there. A little bit of dust on this side. I'm just using a gray Scotch-Brite pad and a little foam pad here. This one's equal to 600 grit. And it's pretty basic stuff. You just go around every little part and do this number. So I've come inside of this door jamb, and since I'm not painting the cab corner or the fender, we're just painting the door and the rocker, I've reverse masked. So I took 1.5 inch tape, stuck it pretty high in the jamb, so I have quite a bit hanging out, and then I've pulled it all back kind of even. I've got a piece of 6-inch masking paper. I'm going to stick the tape on the paper to the tape in the jamb, and I'm probably just going to let it hang out off the side of this thing like that, and try to make sure that we're stuck tight. And we'll just get this tape rolled back so we have no hard line in our jamb. That's what the main focus of this little activity is about. It's always a pain to get up in between the door and the fender area. All right, and you can see after we've finished, we've got tons of paper around this thing. Got all the way down on the very bottom of that door, masked, and just used some 6-inch tape or paper with 1.5 inch tape holding it up, and then I have 1.5 inch tape here that I'll back tape off the back edge of this door. So you can see there's my 1.5 inch tape. I do like to not stick this really tight on this edge right here. Give yourself a little gap so you don't build up any material there and make a super hard edge. I have 6-inch paper stuck inside of here with tape taped right on that fender edge, and then we can tape plastic down to that. Down below, I have 1.5 inch tape hanging down off the bottom of the rocker. So we'll be able to put paper on the bottom of this, cover the truck up with plastic. I've got some sealer mixed up in my gun. You can see I came and I put a piece of masking paper here to cover up the bottom of my door. My primer spot is right here. So I want to be able to seal that but not overspray the whole door. That'll eliminate us needing to put base coat up there just for the sake of covering up our sealer. I do have a tack rag so that I can blow this and wipe this off. Sorry about that, guys. Get us some sealer on here so we can get this thing done. Here we are, probably looks about the same, but I've actually sanded everything with 600 grit on the sealer and then 1000 grit the overspray. So we got a nice smooth surface to spray on top of. I've got my base coat mixed, reduced in the gun, and we're ready to go. So let's do it.
Can't stop me now, can't stop me now. My feet have gone too far for you. Tied to the ground. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going now. I'm turning back around. Can't stop me now. You can't stop me. All the blood, sweat, and sacrifice. Oh, I paid the dearest price. And no shortcuts here for destiny. I'll take the long way proud. Oh, I know what I've earned, and now it's my turn to light in the fuse, let it burn. But my time is rising, and you can't bring me down. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have gone too far for you to tie them to the ground. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going. I ain't turning back around. Can't stop me. Can't stop me now. No, 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 you can't stop me now. There's a calm before the storm. You know what's coming, so be warned. You can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. All my feet have come too far for you to tie them to the ground. Can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going now. Ain't turning back around. Can't stop me. Can't tell me the deck is stacked. You can't whisper behind my back.
guys, so there we go. Doors painted reasonably straight. I did get a couple little flow indicators coming off the side of this lock and a few dirt nibs. I mean, just kind of to be expected spraying this thing inside of my shop there. But it is all painted, no more dents. Color looks good. Here we are. Took a perfectly good shiny door, sanded it all down so we can buff it. I wouldn't ordinarily buff stuff that's for me. This entire truck, none of it's been buffed except for now this door. So once you do one part, I'll probably end up having to sand and buff the whole thing. The reason why I had to do this was I got impatient when I was untaping and I pulled the plastic off here and there was overspray on it. The overspray cracked, it came off, it hit the door, and I was unmasking it while the paint was still wet, so all that stuff stuck. So I had to sand it to get that off, but we're good now here. I also had a couple of almost runs here, so I sanded them out. That way when the lock cylinder goes in, everything's nice and flat. Sanded all the dirt nibs around the door handle, so when it goes in, everything's good. And now I've finished with 1,000, 12, 1,500. Now we're going to go to the DA and we're going to use the 1,500 and the 3,000. At least it's a small gravel.
Yeah, it ain't no bottom gravel.
Gene, yeah, Gene, over there in front of that stuff over there, Gene, he brought me the big rock. It's like, this is what I put everywhere. I'm like, well, it hurts my dog's hoof. It's to walk on. Almost 80 seconds. Yeah. It's kind of careful. Like it's cleared last night, so the clear is still kind of green. It's not fully like hard. So it buffs up really nice and easy. They got a Harbor Freight. My power washer died. Oh no. And it's a 90-day return. My 90 days are almost up. Pretty cool, right? So give me another one. Yeah, if it dies, take it back. Oh, yep. Just gotta keep it moving, see? There you go, dude. It's about like running around here, like I said. Alright guys, we have got this thing all put back together, finished up, cut and buffed, and no more dent. All the dents are gone, door panel's back on, door shuts just like it should, all nice and proper. Alright, so on this side of the truck, we're super nice. It's all fixed. Made that line, it completely disappeared once all our repair work was done. I don't know how articulated we can get. All the dents are gone. So all in all, I would say this was a successful mission. So we're gonna end the video here. Don't forget, thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share the video, guys. I really appreciate all of you, and we will catch you on the next one.